welcome to Milwaukee. Last night, Trump made a triumphant visit to the main stage, welcomed by Lee Greenwood, singing God Bless the USA live. My goodness. And hey, big breaking news yesterday that we got to start this hour with. You know, there was back in the day, I used to have to work to get phone calls. There was a time when I had to just say, I got to be provocative and I've got to say something that, you know, catches the attention of the audience all over. Today, here's what we'll do. JD Vance, go. 800-655-Mike. JD Vance as Donald Trump's vice presidential running mate. Thumbs up, thumbs down, undecided. What do you make of it? The crowd here is very excited about it. I can tell you that. I can't wait to ask Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's got MAGA in her veins, if JD Vance is a good pick from her perspective. But I can't wait to get your reaction to the announcement yesterday that Ohio Senator JD Vance is indeed President Trump's vice presidential running mate. 1-800-655-Mike. And make your calls count and make them quick because we got big guests today. We got a lot of people to squeeze in here. You know me, I'm not really a big caller. I mean, a guest-driven talk show host. I like talking to Americans. I like to see my phone lines light up. But today we're going to have some big names. I mean, I want to talk to Lee Greenwood here at the booth. I want to talk to Marjorie Taylor Greene. I want to talk to Congressman Mike Waltz. I want to talk to Congressman Ronnie Jackson. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to some of the names we're going to get. But most of all, I'm looking forward to your reaction to J.D. Vance as Donald Trump's vice presidential running mate. Last night, Tucker Carlson was sitting a couple of seats over from Donald Trump in the front row of the VIP booth at the Fiserv Forum here in Milwaukee. Here's what Tucker Carlson said about the people who don't like J.D. Vance. Sometimes you can judge a situation by the people who are the haters rather than the supporters.
So now J.D. Vance is the VP pick, and I think every person who pays close attention has got to be thrilled by that. And if you don't know much about J.D. Vance, I'm not even going to make a case for J.D. Vance. I'm going to tell you what I just saw, which is that every bad person I've ever met in a lifetime in Washington was aligned against J.D. Vance.
There you go.
And I do think,
is he right? Justin in Georgetown, Delaware. Welcome to Milwaukee, Justin. You're first up on the Mike Gallagher Show in the Relief Factor Studios. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm great. What do you think of J.D. Vance as the pick?
I love it because he's a 39-year-old. He's a young guy. You know, he's gonna be more appealing to those independent voters that will help Trump. And I think he's going to be the next heir after Trump. And I think this is a great pick. And I couldn't be happier to see him on the campaign trail with Trump. I think a lot of people could be surprised how sophisticated he really is.
Feel just the same way as you do, Justin. Let's see what others say. 800-655-Mike. Mike in San Antonio, Texas. Hey, Mike, welcome back. How are you?
I'm great, Mike. We have a great day today. Listen, I think it's a fantastic pick. I think, my whole prerogative down here is that I love his policies. I sometimes don't love his emotional intelligence. I think the VP pick is policies high and to the point, and he's measured, he's poised, he's a polished Trump, and I think it's a fantastic pick. I didn't realize it until I saw her last night. The fact that his wife is Indian or whatever she is, I think it's fantastic. It's not just this white arrogant people thing. So I think all above, it's Trump. He's young, he's polished. I think it's going to be a great pick.
Well, he's got, and you mentioned his wife, his story, his personal life is just fascinating. I mean, he's the author, of course, of Hillbilly Elegy. He's a guy who was not always a fan of Donald Trump. And P.S., Trump loves that narrative. He loves people that he wins over. Listen to Don Jr. Talking a little bit about the dream, the American dream that Senator J.D. Vance and now vice presidential running mate to Donald Trump has lived.
Listen, I think he's lived the epitome of the American dream story. I think he's the guy that's capable of bringing that same success that he was able to have, coming from nothing, coming from Appalachia, and succeeding at a level that no one could possibly fathom. If you've read Hillbilly Elegy, I think it's one of the great books. I read it back when it first came out, before he was even sort of on board with Trump or believed that Trump could be the guy that can do that. He's just been an incredible fighter ever since he saw that it was real, and that kind of energy for the movement, for the country, for jobs, for world peace. I couldn't be happier.
I couldn't either. It's a great pick. The future of the party, the next generation. And this guy, how about 4 years of Donald Trump and 8 years of President JD Vance? 800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. We got an action-packed show planned for you. Welcome to Milwaukee and the 2024 Republican National Convention. Okay, if I had to take a poll of everybody here at the convention, I'd say just about everybody loves the pick of J.D. Vance, but not Chris in Philly. Chris, why do you want to bring me down? Why do you want to put me in a bad mood?
I don't trust him. I see a second coming, Brett Kavanaugh, especially because of his wife. She's Indian. They're very manipulative. And she's a lifelong
Who's
Democrat.
very manipulative? Because she's Indian, she's manipulative?
Yeah, she's a lifelong Democrat.
Yeah, goodbye. Go away. Go away. Yeah, what a stupid thing to say. And I'm not going to let him bother me. It's okay. Might even be a troll. Might not even be a real caller. Larry in Southwest Michigan, 800-655-MIKE. Larry, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
I just wanted to say Vance was probably not my first choice, but like I've told him, asked me if Trump trusts him and supports him, I'm 100% behind him.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I like the fact that Trump tends to have that attitude of saying, you know what, if you trust me after you don't like me, and we're getting a barrage of of all the J.D. Vance clips that have Vance ripping Trump in the past. Well, so did Ted Cruz. So did Lindsey Graham. So did so many others. So did the rap star last night, the young woman. Guys, help me with her name. I'm sorry, I'm drawing Amber Rose. I want to say Axl Rose. I thought, no, wrong Rose. Amber Rose, though, told a story from the podium that was so powerful. I mean, I was standing there watching her and thinking of how her story is like so many other American families. And that story is a story of one that my dad loves Donald Trump, and I was shocked. I didn't like that at all. I was opposed to that. I didn't. And then I saw his policies. I saw what Trump's policies did for Black Americans in this country. I learned about criminal justice reform. I learned about the First Step program. I learned about the outreach that Trump did, the real outreach, not the bells and whistles and the smoke and mirrors. And at the end of the day, now I'm a Trump supporter and I'm speaking at the Republican National Convention. Again, that resonates with people. So as you hear all the negative, angry, ugly things that J.D. Vance said in years past over Donald Trump, remember, like you said, Trump picked this guy. Trump selected this guy. How about let's get an Ohioan's perspective? And of course, my buddy Hugh Hewitt, I was a guest on Hugh's show. I'm visiting with him every morning at 8:21 Eastern time from Radio Row. Hugh, of course, is a proud Buckeye. I'm originally from Ohio. Of course, JD is from Middletown. Annetta is in Columbus. Hey, Annetta, give us your perspective on JD Vance from an Ohioan's point of view.
Well, hello there. I am very proud to say I met him at one of his very first town halls as he was just getting started running for a senator. He was amazing. He's outstanding. I love his policies. He was taking care of nurses right after COVID, and he's really good to look at, too.
Well, somebody texted me and said he needs to lose the beard. As Trump said the other day, the beard makes him kind of makes him think of Abraham Lincoln.